When you walk down the main street of any downtown, you'll likely see people that you think are homeless. And stereotypes come to mind. Mentally unstable, possibly addicted, definitely down and out. But it may surprise you what drives most people to missions like the one right behind me. We're talking about the Guiding Light mission on Division in downtown Grand Rapids. This is Stuart Ray, the executive director. So I guess I'm way off base when I think the homeless are mentally ill or addicted people. There are other reasons that people come to the mission on a given night.
Yeah, Jerry, there are lots of reasons they come here. Many of these individuals have had social issues or family issues or employment issues, tax issues. There are all kinds of reasons why they're here. But they're not all addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Okay, let's break it down then. Social issues, what would those be?
I've fallen out of love with my wife. I no longer, appreciate my kids, as an example. I've run out of friends.
Dropping out of life.
I can't trust my friends. Dropping out of life.
Really? And so they come here as opposed to working on the relationships. I think a lot of people would think that suggests maybe a little bit of mental instability. There's other ways to handle it.
Well, in some respects, we've made it a little too easy for them, Jerry, that I can always go to the mission, and I can always live there. No one's going to call me. No one's going to chase after me.
It used to be the people go to the Y and spend a couple nights.
They used to go to the Y, or they used to go to the Red Roof Inn or someplace and hang out there, but now they've come into the mission.
Okay, and so what about, say, running from the employer? Most people just quit and leave.
Well, some have gotten themselves in trouble with the employer. They've taken loans they shouldn't have, or taken equipment, or whatever the case may be.
So the thought is, on some people's part, is you can drop out of life, be virtually undetectable if you just hit the streets and bounce from mission to mission. Is that the way it works?
It's so true. That for some reason this becomes a safe haven. The IRS doesn't chase, the state doesn't chase, the front of the court doesn't chase, and they can move from mission to mission.
All right, and so I see a problem there because it is almost as if there are safety nets in place that allow people to drop just low enough where they can not be a part of functioning society, but they are still in some way a burden to society. And yet missions, aren't they supposed to help people?
Well, and that's our role, Jerry, and that's exactly where we're going, is trying to help these individuals get back up on their feet, make whatever restitution they need to society, and move forward and become contributing members of society.
Well, it is interesting because a lot of people, not the Guiding Light mission specifically, but missions in general, they would say, it's just a flop house, right? And that is kind of the way that it used to be in the mission world, correct?
That's the way it used to be in the mission world, and that's in Guiding Light's embarking on a brand new model.
Alrighty, and that is my reason for talking to Stuart Ray, Executive Director, because we are, not unlike your local TV news stations, on the leading edge of a multi-part series. We invite you to keep checking in to this Life on the Street segment, because we're going to unravel what happens at the Guiding Light mission that makes it so different. And every time I come in here and talk to Stuart and he introduces me to people who are in the job of helping other people, I am amazed at the plans they have in place, getting ready to execute to make sure that in some way the cycle of homelessness is broken. Because, as I mentioned to Stuart, specifically on Division, as you come up and down this street, you see all of the development that's happening, all of the good things, and we all think in the back of our heads, well, what about the homeless people? We can't have all this nice stuff with the homeless people walking around. Admit it, you've probably said that or thought that. Well, thanks to people like Stuart Ray at Guiding Light Mission, that is all hopefully going to change, maybe not immediately, but in the foreseeable future.
Jerry, we're working on that. We're embracing the development. We're embracing the urban market. We're embracing the new ICCF project down the street.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, it's all going to change, and if you want to be on top, in the know, and that's a good place to be, right? Keep checking back to lifeonthestreet.org.